The world ended in fire and screaming. Chakra storms turned nations to ash, leaving only corpses in a crimson sky. In the wreckage, Master Jin collapsed. With his dying breath, he wove a forbidden seal, a desperate gamble through time. Yusei snapped awake with a scream, clutching his chest in the cold darkness of his old academy dorm. A crimson system alert flickered before his eyes, its light casting harsh shadows across the room. Future memory intact. Timeline minus 20 years.
20 years. That's the year the Chakra apocalypse began. These silver runes in my eyes. The memories are still here. I know exactly who to stop.
The faces of the guilty surfaced from the flames. The scientist, the counselor, the ones who turned Chakra into a weapon of extinction.
I'm just a rank C Genin. No one will believe me. I have to act alone. Fine. I've got 20 years. First, I'll find Renji. Then, Ryu. I'll tear this future apart.
The next morning, Yusei returned to the academy courtyard. His instructors barely acknowledged him.
Rank C is worse than trash. They don't even see me. Fine. I can work with that.
After training, he scouted the village. He tracked down Renji's cluttered laboratory near the old weapons depot.
Renji is still idealistic. This early, he might listen. I have to risk it.
That afternoon, he followed Counselor Ryu through the market district, noting every face the counselor met.
Ryu's already deep in shady funding. I need to infiltrate his circle, but not yet.
A week later, Yusei entered the laboratory under the pretense of a curious Genin, seeking extra credit.
A Genin interested in chakra mechanics? No one ever visits. Come, I'll show you something amazing.
Renji led him to a condenser prototype, its chakra coils humming with unstable energy. He spoke of limitless power.
That design? It's the weapon's heart. I've seen it rip the sky apart. I need to bury it.
The next day, Yusei was paired with Mei for taijutsu drills. She moved fast, grinning the whole time.
You're not bad for a rank C, but you fight like you're hiding something, Yusei.
Afterwards, they walked through the market. She spoke of opening a tea shop someday.
What about you? What's your dream?
Her face blurred into her future corpse. I had to look away.
That night, he broke into a council archive. A ledger showed Ryu funneling funds into classified weapons research.
The project is farther along than I feared. Prototype testing could start within months.
He copied the documents, but he needed irrefutable proof to expose a counselor.
Renji's trust won't be enough. I need someone with authority, but who would believe a Genin?
The weight of 20 years of secrets pressed down. He had to keep his double life hidden, especially from Mei. Yusei slipped a copy of the ledger into the hands of an informant who owed him from the future. He prayed it reached the Hokage.
If this works, the council will investigate. But it's a long shot.
Yusei, what are you reading so intensely? You've been weird lately.
Just extra training. Some advanced chakra theory. Nothing important.
You're always hiding. Every time I get close, you pull away. What are you afraid of?
She left with a frustrated sigh. He couldn't tell her the truth without endangering her. Days later, the Hokage's office announced an audit. Counselor Ryu was absolved of all charges, no evidence of misconduct. Ryu emerged with a cold, knowing smile. He was now certain someone had tried to expose him. Within hours, Ryu's personal guards descended on the academy, inspecting for unauthorized research, a thinly veiled threat.
The leak backfired. Ryu's tightening his grip. I need a new plan.
Yusei became a fixture in the lab, staying late every night, asking careful questions, earning Renji's trust.
This cascade core can amplify chakra 1,000-fold, enough to level a mountain or a village.
That core, it's the weapon's heart. I have to steer him toward peaceful uses. Could we use it for energy? Power the whole village without destruction.
You're thinking small. The council demands military applications. Ryu insists on it.
Outside, May was waiting. She had been watching him for weeks, and her eyes were red.
What are you doing in there? You keep shutting me out. I thought we were friends.
It's not that simple. If I could tell you, I would. But it's too dangerous. I nearly said it. I'm from the future, but I can't drag her into this nightmare.
She walked away. The silence between them weighed heavier than the future he fought to change. While spying on Ryu, Yusei intercepted a coded scroll. It bore no seal, only a foreign chakra signature.
This message isn't from the Leaf. Another village is funding Ryu. The conspiracy is bigger than I thought.
The next day, May returned from a C-rank mission, pale, a gash on her arm. She stumbled at the gate. Yusei sprinted to her side, but she flinched at his touch. His protective reach felt like a cage.
Don't. You're not my keeper. You push me away, then hover like I'm made of glass. Pick one.
She's right. But I can't lose her again. That image of her corpse won't leave me.
That evening, Ryu summoned his inner circle. The Cascade Core test would happen in 1 week. Ryu's words were cold. The weapon will ensure our survival, no matter the cost. His eyes swept the room for traitors.
1 week. If I can't delay it, I'll have to destroy that core. Alone.
He had pushed everyone away. Renji, May, even his own hope. Now he faced the abyss with nothing but a mission. Yusei entered the lab one last time as a friend, his heart heavy with the truth.
Renji, that core you're building, if it works, it'll burn the world. I've seen it.
Seen it? You're delusional. This is my life's work. Get out of my lab.
Renji's voice cracked with betrayal. He shoved Yusei toward the door, his eyes wild.
He'll never listen until it's too late. I'm on my own now.
That night, May slipped into his room. She found a scroll under his bed, drawings of fire, corpses, and a date 20 years away.
Yusei, what is this? Why do you have this? Are you insane?
I know something terrible is coming. A weapon that will end everything. I can't explain how I know.
I'll help you. But you have to promise someday you'll tell me the whole truth.
He grasped her hand. The promise he made felt like a lie already. But he needed her. For 3 days, Yusei and May worked like shadows. They swapped component crates, misfiled order scrolls. Every small act of chaos delayed the core assembly.
Ryu's guards are getting suspicious, but we've bought enough time to maybe stop the test.
Yusei, look at me. Promise you'll survive this. Whatever happens in that warehouse.
I'll fight with everything I have. But survival isn't always a choice. You know that.
At dusk, a terrified hawk crashed through his window. Renji's scrawl was barely legible. Yusei. Test pushed to tonight. Ryu suspects sabotage. The warehouse is sealed with guards. Hurry.
He moved it up. Ryu's cornered, that makes him unpredictable. I have to go now, alone.
You think I'd let you run off alone? We made a promise, remember? I'm in this.
May, if something goes wrong?
She clasped his hand, refusing to let go. As the sun melted into darkness, they ran 2 shadows against the coming night, toward the weapons depot where the world's fate waited. The warehouse door hung broken. Inside, the Cascade Core pulsed with violet light, and Ryu stood at its controls. A thin chakra band split the air, revealing a sliver of burning sky. The future Yusei had fled.
That same sky. I won't let it happen again. I'm stopping this now.
You're too predictable. Guards, take him.
A chakra cage slammed Yusei against the wall. May threw herself at the guards, Tanto flashing. The core's energy surged, flooding Yusei's mind. The silver runes in his eyes exploded with light.
I saw him, my future self, older, broken, holding May's body. He was screaming my name. Then he turned, his hands glowing, and poured everything into that same core. The weapon that scorched the earth. It was me. I made it. The apocalypse started because I lost her.
The vision shattered. Yusei slumped, eyes empty. Across the warehouse, Mei parried a guard's blade, and the rift widened. Hours after the warehouse collapsed, Yusei sat alone in his dorm, feeding his notes to the flames. The door slammed open. Mei stood there, her hair singed, her eyes red and fierce.
Yusei, what happened in there? You saw something. Talk to me.
You want to know? I saw the end of the world, and I was the one who caused it.
That's impossible. You're trying to save everyone.
You don't understand. That weapon, that future, it's mine. I made it because I lost you. Keeping you close is the real danger.
He turned away, his silhouette rigid against the dying fire. The silence was louder than any scream.
You're wrong. Pushing me away won't change what you feel. It'll just make you alone.
But he was already gone, walking into the night. She sank to the floor, tears falling onto the ashes of his scrolls.
If I never exist, she never dies. That's the only way.
For 2 days, Yusei locked himself in his dorm, surrounded by stolen scrolls on memory-altering seals.
If I erase only the future memories, the reincarnation might break. She'll never die.
That night, sleep dragged him into a void. A scarred man wearing his own face stepped forward.
You can't escape me. I am the wound that never healed, and I killed her with that grief.
The dream twisted into a memory. Mei fell in battle. Future Yusei screamed, and his chakra ignited the weapon core.
She dies because you love her. Sever that bond or become me.
He woke soaked in sweat. The decision wasn't a choice anymore. He cut his palm and drew the forbidden seal across the floor, each rune a quiet goodbye to 20 years of future pain.
When this activates, my future self will vanish. She'll be free. I'll be nothing.
Before the seal could activate, a soft knock, Mei's voice trembling but steady.
Yusei, stop. That seal, it's forbidden.
I'm from the future, Mei. I carry 20 extra years. In them, I killed millions after losing you. The weapon we fought, I built it. Grief turned me into the monster who scorched the earth.
So if you forget me, you save the world? That's not fair.
I won't forget you. I'll just never have known you. It's the same.
She crumbled into his arms, her sobs muffled against his chest. The seal's light flickered uneasily.
Promise me. One more day. Just one day where we pretend none of this is happening.
He nodded against her hair. The runes dimmed to a dull glow as they sank onto the bed, still holding each other. They lay awake, counting breaths, the silence heavier than any words. Her hand never left his.
Tomorrow, I undo myself. But tonight, she's still here.
They wandered the morning market, fingers brushing, pretending the world wasn't ending.
Here, taste this. My mother used to say dango tastes better when you share it.
I wanted to freeze this moment, her smile, the sunlight. But my runes burned with the future.
They stopped at the academy courtyard where they'd first sparred, the fountain gurgling softly.
You were so serious back then. I knew something was off about you.
Maybe you should have run the other way.
She pulled an old bell from her sash. Take it. A charm. Something to remember. Just in case. Renji stumbled into the market. Face white. Yusei. Ryu's restarting the test at dusk. The core is repaired.
I can't erase my memories yet. I need them to stop him.
He told Mei to return, but she planted her feet. I'm not leaving you again. Not this time. They raced across the rooftops as the sun bled red over the village, the warehouse silhouette swelling ahead. At the warehouse, guards swarmed the entrance. Mei's tanto flashed, and two fell before they could scream. Yusei burst through the inner door. Ryu stood grinning beside the core, its violet pulse quickening into a roar.
You're too late, boy. The core is already at critical mass. The future belongs to me.
Yusei lunged, but a chakra barrier erupted around Ryu, flinging him back. Sparks scorched his sleeve.
Do what you need to do. I'll handle these goons.
The core is overloading. If I don't redirect the chakra flow now, the whole village will burn.
He slammed his palm onto the core's control seal, his future knowledge screaming the sequence to bleed off the surge. The barrier flickered as the core's roar drowned all sound. Ryu's grin turned to panic. But the core didn't stop. It demanded more, a life to bleed. The sequence wasn't enough.
The core feeds on Ryu's control. Break the link, and it loses direction.
He drove his shoulder through the flickering barrier and grabbed Ryu by the collar, slamming him against the control panel. A wounded guard lifted a trembling hand. A chakra bolt screamed toward Yusei's back. Mei threw herself in front of the bolt. It struck her side, and she crumpled with a cry. Yusei's eyes flooded silver. He dropped Ryu and turned, not as a genin, but as the man who wouldn't survive losing her again. He was on the guard before the man could beg, fists hammering until the floor cracked.
You say, please, you're not him.
Her voice cut through the red. Yusei froze, knuckles dripping. He stared at his hands, then at Ryu, still alive.
I'm already becoming him. The seal has to happen now.
With his own blood, he traced the forbidden runes across the metal floor. Mei's breathing the only sound he let himself hear. The seal ignited. Silver light bled from Yusei's chest, spiraling down into the blood runes. The cascade core convulsed, violet lightning clawing at the walls. The air screamed. Mei pressed her wound against a panel, her blood smearing the controls. Chakra poured from her like a river.
You say, keep going. I won't let it overload.
Mei, no, you'll drain yourself.
She smiled, a thin trickle of blood at her chin, as the core's shriek softened to a low hum. The seal roared to full power. The silver runes in his eyes shattered, memories peeling away like burning pages. He reached for her hand, and their fingers brushed across the chaos. Her touch was warm. Then the light consumed everything. The warehouse, the monster, their history. Yusei's body became a silhouette, her name the last word he formed before the world unwound. The white light slowly dissolved, leaving only the soft hum of a repaired warehouse, pristine and empty.
Where am I? My head feels empty, like something was ripped away.
A few feet away, a girl with brown hair stirred, her breath shallow but steady.
Hey, are you okay? What's your name?
I'm not sure. Do I know you?
She seems familiar, but I can't place her. There's just this hollow ache in my chest.
He helped her up, their hands touching only briefly. The silence between them was heavy with something neither understood.
I'm Yusei. I think we might be classmates. I don't remember much either.
They walked out into a peaceful morning, the village waking to a day no one seemed to recall was ever threatened. The world was saved, but the boy who saved it was just another face in the crowd, and the girl beside him didn't know his name. By noon, Anbu found them at the village edge. Their memories were fogged, but the truth was unraveling.
Something about a weapon? They say I should know, but I just feel hollow.
At the hospital, an official told them Ryu was arrested for secret experiments. The core was destroyed. Renji, freed with a reprimand, found Yusei. He bowed, eyes wet with shame.
I'm sorry. I never wanted it to go so far. I should have listened.
The village held a ceremony for the hero who stopped the disaster. Crowds cheered his name.
They cheer for something I can't recall. This feels like someone else's triumph.
He searched the crowd for the brown-haired girl. She stood alone at the very back. Their eyes met. She gave a tiny wave, then vanished into the sea of faces.
I still don't know her, but that ache, it's like a piece of me is missing.
That night, Yusei dreamed of fire and a girl's laugh, her face a blur, but the sound cut deep. He woke with a start, his cheeks damp. He couldn't recall why he was crying. In the market, Mei collided with him. Dango scattered. Their hands touched as they both reached to pick them up. They froze. Time snapped like a wire pulled too tight.
I feel like I've met you before. That's strange, right?
Later, Yusei found a small bell in his pocket. He didn't remember owning it, but when he rang it,
A smile flashed in his mind. The same girl's smile, warm and bright as sunlight.
an echo of a feeling, deep and lost. He began visiting the courtyard daily, hoping to see her. May sometimes came there too, drawn without reason. She'd give a small wave, and he'd feel the ache soften.
I don't know why, but I think we're meant to be close. I just want to know you.
Later that week, they circled each other in the courtyard, training like they had before, a dance neither remembered. Mei's kunai spun in a tight arc. Yusei deflected it with his own, a crisp metallic ring that froze him mid-step. The sound cracked open a door in his mind. Flames, a weeping man, a weapon core pulsing with grief. He saw himself older, scarred, pouring chakra into a device that shattered the sky. Then a girl dying. Then the seal. The memories flooded back in a wave of silver light, 20 years of pain and love crashing into him at once. Mei. He crumpled. Mei lunged, catching him before he hit the ground, her voice shattered with panic.
Someone call a medic. Yusei, stay with me.
Yusei's eyes flickered silver for one terrifying heartbeat, then went dark. The seal that saved the world had cracked, and with it, the ghost of a future that should never have been came clawing back. Yusei woke to white sheets and the slow beep of medical monitors. Mei was there, eyes red, gripping his hand.
You scared me. The medic said you just collapsed, but you screamed my name. Why?
I remember everything. 20 years of fire and loss. But telling her might break the seal again. It's a very long story. One I'm not sure you'd believe.
Then tell me the parts you can. I'm not going anywhere.
And so he spoke, not of reincarnation or paradox, but of a girl he couldn't bear to lose, and a fire that almost consumed the world.
I don't want to lose you again. I'd rather face the unknown. With you.
She didn't understand everything, but she understood enough. She squeezed his hand, and the ache in his chest finally eased. He never drew the seal again. The future was unwritten, but for the first time, that felt like freedom, not fear.
So, what do we do now?
The next afternoon, they drifted to the academy courtyard, where the fountain murmured beneath falling cherry blossoms. She laughed at his quiet joke, a sound that now felt familiar, like a melody half remembered.
No silver runes burned in my eyes. The sky was just sky, clear, endless, and quiet.
He watched a petal drift onto the fountain's surface, remembering another fountain in a life that never happened.
Race you to the dango shop?
You're on.
They ran through the streets, weaving past villagers, laughter trailing behind them like a promise. The Hokage monument stood serene against the sunset, and somewhere in the village, a small bell rang, a charm reclaimed from a forgotten timeline. The last survivor of the Chakra apocalypse had finally laid his future to rest. And in its place, two Genin chased Dango and second chances under a sky that held only tomorrow.